Hello guys, good day. It's been on my mind. What's failure? It's something people really need to ask themselves. What's failure? So failure is actually a situational event that is defined to you in a context. Yes, there's a word called failure, but how you actually accept the situation determines whether you failed or not. So somebody says, I did this thing and I failed at it and it doesn't work, so I'm not going to do it again. That's a wrong context of looking at it. The same person in the same situation looks at it and says, I did this thing, but I think I did it wrong. I'm going to try it again and I'm going to do it better. Now, the first concept is actually failure. You failed at it because after I failed, you accepted it and you said, this doesn't work, I'm not going to do it again. But the second concept of it, the perspective, is learning. So you can actually convert the concept called failure to learning. And I'm going to really give you an example with a personal story. One of the first business I ever did in my life was a toilet paper factory back in 2010. Had a small toilet paper factory in Port Harcourt. You buy jumbo reels from the big companies like Starbucks, Starlock, I think it's what it's called. I bring them to Port Harcourt, cut them to consumer sizes with machines, package them, and all of that. Business was so good. I mean, a young guy got into business, making money, and then 2 years later, just before I got married, started mismanaging funds and all of that, and processes and all of that, and we got bankrupt. Couldn't pay over. We had over 20 staffs. We couldn't pay them salary again, and it was one of the lowest moments of my life because I mean, for a guy that used to call his parents and dash them money, driving a brand new car and all of that, I went so broke that I went back home and had to feed on Indomie, my my parents' food. But you see, there would have been two things in that situation. One, telling myself that this entrepreneurship thing doesn't work, and two, telling myself I did this thing wrong. I'm going to do it again and I'm going to do it better. Guess what, guys? I learned from it. I took option two because I'm still a businessman today. So I told myself, I did this thing wrong. I'm going to do this entrepreneurship thing again and I'm going to do it better. And guess what? Years later, I actually understood from doing better business that it was a learning curve, and what really happened was mismanagement of finances and processes. So, guys, from what I've shared with you, there's really nothing called failure. Everything you term as failure is learning, and how you put the learning back into the process to become better is actually what makes you move ahead. I can tell you something. Don't joke with people that have failed a lot. I tell people it wasn't by doing, but I failed so much. So I've learned so much. So guys, please stop telling yourself you failed. You didn't fail, you learned, move on, take the next step, and put your learning in the next step so that the process becomes better. That's what's called continuous improvement. I love you guys. That's why I do this.